Hello everyone, today we're going to be talking about Mythicals and where they are going, as we have received confirmation on the fact that the Mythicals will be coming to both Firehaven and Fire Oasis and the other three natural islands where they are not found as of yet, including Coal, Water and Earth Island. Only just yesterday they opened up 2 more spots for the creator experience where you get to go to Big Blue Bubble and design a mythical monster, and within this they highlighted upon one mythical monster will be created on each of the following islands: Cold, Water, Earth, Firehaven and Fire Oasis. So what that means is that we are in fact going to be getting 5 mythicals instead of the 3 that we originally suspected, and I did originally expect that we would see them across the natural islands, and that indeed does seem to be the case, as proven by this. We are going to be getting them on the Fire Islands too, and we have confirmation behind this, and I cannot believe this. We have mythicals beyond the natural islands. That means, guys, not only are we getting them on Cold, Water and Earth, the other natural islands besides where Goodtube and Your Street are found, but we are getting them on the Fire Islands. And I also did predict this inside of the last video too, where I mentioned that the Fire Islands would likely be the best route to go down if we weren't to get them on just the natural islands, and I really like that they're doing this. I believe that this really is going to have a huge impact for the game. Having these mythicals on the Fire Islands is going to be the first time that we have seen monsters branch out besides the original monsters that we have on the Fire Islands. We do get the dipsters, but I don't really think they really count as grandly towards the song as, say, a new monster does. We've had Gobblegod too on the Fire Islands, but this is the next big addition. We've not had something since Gobblegod, so this is quite a big deal, I would say, and it's kind of the first time that we've seen them branch out these islands ever since they were released. So it's just really so exciting, and it's going to be so exciting to see what is in store for the mythicals from this. It just really is such a big deal. I mean, as I've mentioned in my mythical video, we've not seen any mythicals at all since the PS Vita, and we've not had really any classes be expanded upon besides the magicals in a really long time. Obviously we had Gobblegod, but other than that we've not seen any expansions to other classes in game besides variants. So it really is going to be really exciting to see the mythicals be introduced as we are facing the end of magicals. So maybe this is signaling the future behind the game and what we can expect from it, as well as we don't know what's going to be beyond the magicals, and this could be offering us a glimpse into the future for what we could expect after the magicals, as we know nothing about what's going to come after the magicals. So this could fill in that blank space and give us something to look forward to. I think we're going to have things besides the mythicals come along in the future, not so soon, as I do think they'll have lots of things planned for when the magicals do conclude. But as of right now, this is really the most conclusive thing that we have regarding what's going to come after the magicals, and I think it's up to question 2 how they're going to release all of these. If I were to guess how they are going to release all of these, I would assume that we're going to see them release on a monthly basis. I don't see them releasing weekly or anything of the sort. I think mythicals are rather grandiose and deserve their own separative release. Obviously that goes the same for magicals, but just because of how the mythicals are only on 1 island each, and there's not really going to be as many as when you consider how many magicals there are even on just 1 island. All those new magicals you get 8 magicals on a normal island, then obviously we have all those coming out in the magical sanctum. It is going to be the case, I think, where we'll have to wait longer for mythicals when they do come around, just because of that fact. But I just think that this is such a huge deal that they've outlined it here, and we're getting them on the Fire Islands. It's so exciting to me. I believe they're going to add to the song so much, guys. I really love what the mythicals do for the natural islands, and it just gets me so excited thinking about what they could add to the songs on Firehaven and Fire Oasis. I love Fire Oasis' song. I love all the songs. I can't wait to see what they do inside of them, and whether the vocalists, instrumentalists. I do hope that we do get some vocalists out of this. I feel like the instrumentalist route might be a little easier to go down with the natural islands particularly, as it would likely be easier to pull those off, but I would really like to see some vocalists too, as Your Street is just such a unique monster when you think about them. So I really do hope that they do pull off some vocalists besides the instrumentalists. I'm sure you guys can reconcile with me on that one. I think that this definitely debunks mythicals coming on magical islands islands, though. It definitely seems as though the Mythicals are going to be kept separate to the magical islands, and I originally assumed that this would be the case. It doesn't really make much sense to introduce them on the magical islands, as when you think about it, the magical islands are really separate to the natural islands, even the fire element, and introducing them on the fire islands definitely makes sense considering how the fire element has associations to the natural class itself. I think that they could get away with doing them on the magical islands if they really wanted to. Obviously, they can do whatever they want, but I just think it makes the most sense the path that they've chosen to go down, rather than leaving the natural islands blank. That would be really weird, getting them on Planet Air and then all of a sudden on magical islands or something like that. I believe that it makes the most sense what they've done, and I really do hope that we do get a new class in the magical islands eventually. One can hope, one can dream, and I really do hope that it happens. The magical islands are so special, and I believe they do deserve their own class eventually. Hopefully, we will see that one day. I do question what this means for the mythical reveal that we have going on in an upcoming Magical Sanctum Monsters bio, as this really does get my mind racing, as now we know the islands that the Mythicals are going to be on. We know that much behind these upcoming Mythicals. It's really confusing to me how they're going to introduce something new inside of that Magical Sanctum bio of that upcoming monster. Likely the double elemental, as I went over in this video. And go and check out my mythical video where I went in depth behind how the Mythicals could be expanded beyond Gajube and Yorstridge. It does get me really confused with what they could add into this bio of this magical monster that would still be new. I think it's going to be hard to introduce something new, and I think it introduces an increased likelihood to find the fact that this is going to introduce mythical lore over just these Mythicals being introduced to us for the first time, as we've already had that. We know that they're coming for these islands, so we could have a hint towards what one of the Mythicals may be like on one of the islands. I think that may be the most likely situation, or maybe just mythical lore and then integrate this, what we already know, into the actual game, as it isn't necessarily the same just having it like this and having it in game. So I do see them wanting to introduce that fact in game beforehand, seeing as though we do indeed know with the Kickstarter that they're going to be going on both the natural islands and the fire islands. It's very exciting that they've added 2 more Ultimate Creator experiences to guys. I cannot wait to see the marvelous Mythicals that they come up with. Oh, get that alliteration there. I believe that they're going to turn out so good, everyone, and I'm just so excited to see what comes from it. But for now, guys, if you enjoyed me discussing about the Mythicals on Fire Islands and the islands they've been confirmed on, including the natural islands today, make sure to leave a like and to subscribe down below. I will see you guys later, though, for now. Bye!